This Lester Leader Live is brought to you by Smoky Mountain Waste, your trusted trash removal services. Hey, it's Chad Nesbitt with the Lester Leader, and if you're from Western North Carolina like I am, then you have probably seen or have heard of strange animals that are lurking out here in our mountains. Well, take a look at this interview I did with a brother and sister as they're coming on the way back from Tennessee and they cross over into the Madison County line. Take a look at this. And I'm standing here with Audrey Sumner and Daryl Carson. Y'all are brother and sister.
Right.
And tell us what happened. Now, to my understanding, you were coming back from Greenville, Tennessee, and you stopped at your grandparents' gravesite.
Right.
Tell us what you saw.
Well, we were looking for the gravesite. It'd been a while since either one of us had been there, and as I was looking, I was facing the tree line, and movement caught my eye, and as soon as it came out of the wood line, I knew exactly what it was. It was a panther, and I couldn't hardly even speak. I just
said, "Look," that's all I could get out.
I grabbed her by the arm, and I said, "Look," and she said, "Oh my gosh, it's a panther."
Now, where they say they saw this big cat was just off of Highway 2570, coming back from Greenville, Tennessee, just over the North Carolina line in Madison County in the Walnut area.
And we watched it for a good 30 seconds, maybe a minute. It just sauntered down the little road right next to the cemetery until it went out of sight.
And how far away was it from you?
Oh, maybe 100, 150 feet, about like to that second dead tree snag there.
Gotcha. Audrey said she was packing and was ready to defend herself if she needed to, but said this big cat was just kind of taking a stroll.
Just sauntered along like my kitty cat Jazzy when life is good and she's full and she's studiously ignoring us. That cat was just strolling and ignoring us because it hurt us.
And as soon as it went around just a little ways out of sight, there was a house with a wooden stockade fence, and the dog, we heard a dog just suddenly going crazy. It must have seen it. But after we got there and saw the road that went down, we found out that was Station Gap Road, comes off the bypass there. So we drove down until we found the road that goes up in there and drove up in there. And there's a little trailer park up there. We called a lady outside and told her what we'd seen. And she said that they had heard them before in there, but had never actually seen them.
Wow.
She decided right away she was going in the house.
A cougar, mountain lion, or catamount is pretty much the same thing. They are tan in color with big teeth and short ears, and their noses are kind of mushed up against their face. But what they say they saw was a black cat.
A lot of people told me, said, well, you saw somebody's pet or a dog, but we were too close. There's no way in the world that was a dog. It had a very long tail, and it kind of swished and was lower to the ground than a dog would be, and it had the cat's head and the cat stroll.
Big cats have been somewhat of a debate here in Western North Carolina, but I can tell you when I was 16 years old, I myself saw a cougar or a mountain lion just over on old number 9. And then there's this photo, which has been circulating the internet for the past 2 years. It was reportedly taken out of Madison County and reported by the Asheville Citizen-Times. The Kentucky Wildlife Commission called this photo a hoax, but farmers and hunters in the Madison County area disagree. So I took that picture to Mr. Brian Tompkins of the North Carolina Wildlife Commission. Tompkins says it's a pretty far stretch for a black jaguar to come from the jungles of South America all the way into Western North Carolina, but he does say, and I quote, "Nothing is impossible." He said it's possible that this black jaguar that people are seeing was someone's pet at one time or escaped from a zoo. He also notes that coyotes have migrated thousands of miles into Western North Carolina, and now they're all over the place. So what do you think? Do you think that there are black jaguars or mountain lions and cougars in Western North Carolina? Tell us what you think in the comments.